STS, deprogrammed for a reason, because I had to get rid of that old programming that nearly took my life away. It's real life shit. That's why I'm here today. And yeah, we're back with Lady Crown. And we don't stay down, we stay up. And we don't chat pop, but it's not real talk. It's another midweek catch up. And we've got a lot of energy right now.
Oh, yes.
Trust me. Fresh energy, baby.
Mm.
That we are doing with
That
you,
we are doing, man.
Okay.
Monotonic gold, colloidal gold.
What?
Talking about?
What are you talking about? Because it assimilates with our biochemical structure. Trust me, real life.
And the tech, don't forget the tech.
Don't forget the tech, fam.
Tech.
Just a nukta.
Beautiful pyramid.
Strong.
He was on live yesterday, and he was sat at his desk that he uses for when he does his live, and there's beautiful pyramids in front of him. And I just, sent him a message saying, greetings, Brother Raytech. And he's like, oh, it's the sister from the UK. He calls me Lady Anne Crown. Yeah, not Lady Crown, he calls me Lady Anne Crown. No, that's what he calls me.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. I call myself Lady Crown, he calls me Lady of the Crown. That's what he calls me.
Okay, give you
man. Yeah. And he lifted up the two pyramids that he's doing for us. One it's black obsidian, shungite, and organite. Oh my goodness, we'll show you them when they come. Absolutely beautiful. He said he's got to put them back out in the sun. Then he's going to put them on his altar for a few days until he feels like it has what it needs, and then he'll ship them out to us. But we'll show you them when they come. Absolutely. Oh, what? Let me tell you, I can't wait for mine, because this SCS is not mine. But it's up at the allotments, and when we do grounding, I will sit in front of it, or hold it up into the sky and just beat back the I haven't seen any chemtrails up here for a long time.
No,
so
it takes away chemtrails. It was discussing the benefits, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It deals with 5G radiation, microwave radiation, foam radiation.
Yeah. These crystals are alive. They're sentient.
And it brings a positive energy around you.
Yes. That's why we
wear this, because I'm telling you, many energy vampires out here. And I'm not just talking about human beings, I'm talking about frequency. Yeah. It's everything frequency.
But early bird, duppy or what?
You don't think it's a joke out here.
Some souls don't want to leave.
Trust me, you think
they're physically gone. What am I saying? Boy,
they're around us.
They listen. You leave the door open, they'll jump in. You know what I'm saying? You got 32 ancestors boom inside of you.
You think it's a joke. This is why I say it's all about raising the energy, because if you are at low frequency, any one of those can come in and take over.
That chicken that you never used to like, you're going to start liking it. You won't be eating it from.
Because you have to be in touch with your spirit in order to be player one. Yeah. Trust me.
You better be. You know what I'm saying?
Like, it's not no
joke.
Tell them,
say, yo, you need to come here before you have your time. This is my time now. You know what I mean? This is the heaven right here. All one dead, forgot heaven. Well, good luck with that one, because ain't nobody come back and said nothing about that. This is the heaven right here.
You know what's key, Key thing that can really help you with the entities is doing a shadow work. Shadow work is so key, because we all got a shadow self. Yeah. But if you use it for you, then guess what? It's beautiful, baby. Yeah. In fact, it helps you on your journey. Yeah. You know what I mean? It doesn't go against you. Trust me. You got to be a flip out here. Yeah. And when you're a flip in most people's lives, I'm telling you, everything changes for you. The whole game changes, because we're in a game of life.
Yes, it is.
And there's two paths that you can go down: fear or love.
Choose.
Simple. Real life.
And always you have choice, regardless of what's happening around you. You got a choice.
Every second you got a choice.
Feed into the hogwash and the bullshit and become fearful. Once you're fearful, you're controlled. Because now, I jump out your drawers
because of the shadow.
And you brief. You know what I'm saying?
Life, because I'll give you a key thing with a shadow, what I clocked on. If you don't deal with your shadow, you're going to be fearful. Yeah. Of self first and foremost. Never mind anybody else. Yeah. So it's so key to do the shadow work. Trust me. Yeah. The great minds, that me and Lady Crowder tapped into, the master teachers out there that all done the shadow work. Yeah. It's just a key trait.
Who would you recommend to tap into when it comes to?
Oh my God! You know what I'm gonna say, innit?
Go on then.
David Goggins. Okay. Trust me. Can't hurt me. That book is a great book to tap into. Then his latest book, Never Finished. He really dealt with the shadows. That man got tortured by his dad. Tortured for years. and he dealt with it.
He was what, £300?
£300 twice.
Yeah.
And
and became a top
Navy
SEAL.
Yeah. The 36th Nubian Navy SEAL in America.
He was a 36.
Yeah.
The number 9.
Number 9. Look at that completion, baby.
Yeah.
Trust me.
Wow. Just shows you, see? You know what I'm
think
saying?
it's a joke out here. The shadows that man dealt with is unbelievable. For him to get to this mental state right now, he's a millionaire right now, and he deserves it, man.
Yeah.
He's worked
Self-made.
so hard. Self-made.
Yeah, didn't sell out to nobody.
And guess what? The people then tried to offer him $300,000. He said, no, not for my story.
No.
Not for, I got to own this.
Exactly. That's like, I mean, most of them so-called celebrities out there sold their souls, you know what I'm saying?
Not Goggins,
for millions, and they want to offer this man 300,000.
No, but that's story there.
He's self-published, and I love the book that's with the narrator, because he's actually narrating some of it, and then he's got somebody else
the narrator's reading it out, and then he's doing a podcast. So he switched it. He's made audio book into a podcast as well. So after every chapter, they come in and he does a breakdown of the chapter and what happened, more detail. This is why both of them have got 5 stars on the audio version.
Yeah.
And it's the bestseller in the world.
There you go.
In the world.
There you go.
Even look it up.
You probably will. You know, if you go into
one of the best.
You so-called well, we haven't got many libraries, have we? Yeah, but I'm sure if you went into one of them, you probably wouldn't find David's book there. You know, you might find something on LGBTQXYZ, all the rest of the freaking letters. But you won't find anything like that on that shelf. You won't find the Dr. Joe Dispenza. You won't find Bruce Lipton. You know what I'm saying? You ain't going to find these people there because they don't want you to be yourself, your greater self. They want you to be the human, the deformed monster, as they coined the phrase in their Black's Law Dictionary. That's what the human means. So I think the less you call yourself that, the more you might be able to elevate. You know what I'm saying? You're a man, you're a woman, you're a god, you're a goddess, you're a king, you're a queen. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. But stop calling yourself human. You know, and giving yourself. You don't give yourself titles. They give you a title. So that's why we, named ourselves. We don't go along with the Crown copyright name on any of these channels. You know what I'm saying? Apart from the one that I've got, which is my YouTube one, which has my name in all. As a living woman, you know what I mean, colons and all the rest of that. But, you know, we have our pseudonym, our AKA, because that's who and what we are. You define you. You know what I'm saying? And you live your life according to you. Your law is law. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And you know the main tenets of law in terms of what this is we're supposed to do. If it's not in you not to do those things, and I don't know how you can acquire it outside of you through a Bible, through a Quran, through a Dead Sea Scroll. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because if you were born with a God consciousness, what more do you need? And the ones that weren't born with that God consciousness, then you pretty much can see who those men and women are, and you know they're nothing like you. You get what I'm saying? Because they have no feeling. They are psychopaths.
They got apathy.
There you go.
They're flipped. They haven't got empathy.
They get a buzz out of watching you squirm and suffer. Because right back now, you think Andrew Bailey, Bank of England chair, is going to his bed at night and going, oh, you know, I've got to put these interest rates up and it's going to really affect so many people. I can't sleep. Yo, man, I draw bongi, as my friends, in my draw bongi. In my sleep, sound as a bug in a rug because they don't give a crap. They don't care about you.
So you got to care about yourself.
Exactly. And tell them to shove those interest rates in the most nice and possible way. You know what I'm saying? Because we keep telling how mighty the pen is. You know what I'm saying? You can take off a man's head with a pen, literally, because you can make him stop doing what he's doing. But if you don't know how to do that, then you're going to go out there swinging, aren't you? Yeah. Let's see how many punches you land.
Instead of using your mind, like David Windmiller.
Yeah.
Trust me. You got to realise that your pen is mightier than the sword.
It sure is.
Use your mind.
It sure is. I mean, I don't know, 2-3 years ago I talked about the domino theory. And we all know when you're lying dominoes up and you tap one of them, the whole lot's coming down. That's the banking system. That's your mortgage, your death grip. You know what I mean? People are going to be swimming in negative equity. You bought in, your 250,000 or £200,000 house at 1% or 2%, and you're repaying 950, and now interest rates on mortgages is 6%, and your deal that you had, your 2-year, 5-year deal is over. Listen, there's hundreds of thousands of people every month where their deal that they had when interest rates were low, and remember, they were suppressed to be low. They weren't naturally low. That's how people bought in and were bidding the houses up. Anything is the bear and the bull. You get what I'm saying? You go up and it gets to a peak and then you come down. There's your bear market. There's your bull market. And there's your bear market. We're now in a bear market and everything's going to collapse. Housing, I don't know, 50%, 80% is going to be a collapse. Who's going to be paying £2,000 back a month for a house that's worth, I don't know, 100,000 when they bought it for 250,000? You're going to be walking away and saying to the mortgage bank lender, whatever, and we don't know how the mortgage thing works already. It belongs to you anyway, but you're going to hand those keys back and walk away because you will have no choice but to, because you don't know how to defend it. You don't know, and yet the information is out there. But we get it. We get it that they make you confused. They tie up your life with bills and work and everything to take you away from you, to the point where you don't even know who the frig you are. You ain't got a clue. Mighty, powerful, all-knowing, all-loving, all-giving, all-sharing. All of those attributes is in you. But they got you using your life force, which is your sweat equity, to maintain a lifestyle that they've presented you with.
Doesn't serve you.
And it absolutely, it doesn't serve you. The big house, the big car, the big this, everything big, 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 big. When your time comes to transition, you ain't taking none of that with you. So what does that tell you that we should be doing whilst we're here? But listen, we should do David Goggins, everything that you own on your freaking back in a backpack. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, big this ain't. Yo, you know what I'm saying? See, there's literally get up and go. You got to worry. But you see, they trap you with all of these entrapments. You get what I'm saying? The nice 50-inch screen TV and
a lot of people, they externalize their power to the point where they're hollow inside. You can externalize your power and still keep your soul. It's a choice. There's many billionaires out there that have still got their soul. You know what I mean? So it's a choice. It's still a choice. But a lot of people, they get so materialistic that to the point where they care more about that than themselves, and that's when it really becomes detrimental for your health. For your mental health. So not everyone has to be like David Goggins and David Icke. You know what I mean? But you have to adopt some of their traits. You have to, in order to create balance, because it's all about balance. Not everyone can be like that. But try and know. You better be working on it. Otherwise, you're going to lose yourself in the process of gaining your wealth. Imagine that. We
need to be. I mean, we're in serious times. We really are. We live in, especially in in England, UK, Britain, whatever you want to call it. It's what we've had for the last 20, 30 years is a service sector. It's a place where you go in and buy something for Nyam, buy something for Weir. We don't make shit. They're shut down all the coal mines. And guess what China's doing? Opening up coal mines. You know what I'm saying? Oh yeah. The shipping industry, all the docks, the Grimsby, them places, all gone. You know what I'm saying? So then we become, can I help you? What can I get you, ma'am? And now them freaking jobs have been taken over by AI. AI, I'll flip you out to the burger. so you got an industry of a country of service workers. Majority of people go to work to serve you food or to, you know what I'm saying, to write up your mortgage deed or whatever. It's a service industry. We don't make shit, and if you're not making anything, then you don't have a sustainable economy. It's not possible, especially when the service industry starts faltering. And what's it doing now? Wilco gone, gone. Debenhams went during the height of the so-called COVID. It's all going to go. And then you're going to have hundreds of thousands of people out of work. Never mind about interest rates that are going to rise even more, and they're struggling to pay their death grip now. You can see the kind of calamity that's unfolding. There will be bank bail-ins. So those of you sat there on top of your little zeros and ones in your book, they'll just take it. Don't worry, they'll give you shares in the bank that's failed. Do you know what I'm saying? So, because you're the creditor, remember, because you've given them your money and they're going to take it and piss it up the wall, which is what they've been doing. Fractional reserve lending, all of that is a big Ponzi. It's a scam. Always has been and always will be. They've locked up people for setting up programs that they call a scam. You know, the pyramid P. You come in at the top, you get paid out. People come lower down, they don't get shit. They call that a Ponzi scheme. That's what the fiat currency is. It's a Ponzi scheme, and it's all going to implode. It already is. The BRICS nations are meeting. They want to back their currency by gold. Well, I dare say they'll have more success than having a piece of paper that's not backed by anything. But the split, east and west, is already here, and it's just going to get wider and wider and wider, and people are going to find themselves in abject poverty. And guess what? All by design, because they know what they're doing. No fiat currency extends a lifespan that this one has, and so that's why it's going to be even bloodier, because it's all central banks in all countries. You get what I'm saying? Not like in 1929 or 1930, the Wall Street crash, which was just specific to America. It's here. It's every country with a central bank. So as difficult as it might be to understand, overstand, please do get onto the platforms that can help you skill yourself up. We keep talking about Sovereign Project.live, mkchristopher.com, Beat the Bailiffs on Telegram channels. There's so much out there that you can actually do, so you can protect yourself, so you're not one of the ones out there holding your head in your hands saying, kiss me neck, everything got, literally, because you're going to see that. You know, we had exponential rates of suicide during the lockdowns, because people were literally just isolated and felt that everything was over, and literally said, you know what, I'm out. You know, I'm out. Watch and see what's going to happen when they lose everything. This world will not be the same, and it needs not to be the same, because it's been a world of illusion and of lies and deceit and treachery and the most heinous crimes possible that you could possibly imagine, and some you can't imagine, and those at the top have been perpetrating it and getting away with it. Look at 2008. Look what they did. They literally took people's lives and tore them to shreds. Not one banker went to jail. What was they telling you then? Exactly. Who's going to go to jail this time? They downgrade them. They slap them on the wrist and give them a fine. You go out there and do and commit fraud and see what them do to you. Your feet don't touch the ground. It's a police state. We don't have police constables. We're living in a police state, which means that if you don't know how to defend yourself as a living flesh and blood man or woman, you will be that legal fiction which they'll just cart off and chuck into a prison cell, or take your things then because they can. It's time for everybody to realise what's happening and awaken from the slumber. And if you haven't done, then I don't know what's going to happen to you. I really don't. But at the same time, we have to do what we have to do, which is to be a platform where we say, look, yo, love yourself. You know what I mean? Be happy, but be aware that these things are happening and how to best protect yourself. We have to have the cleansing. We have to have the rebirthing, because this what's been taking place on this planet has to change. We can't go back to the old ways, because the old ways weren't good ways. They didn't benefit you. They robbed you of your sweat equity. Everything that you think you have, you don't have it. It's all bought with a promissory note. If I come into your place of business with a gram of gold and you're selling me something for that value, because it's, I don't know, £60, £70 for a gram of gold, and we make an exchange, then we have value. You've got real money. But if I take out these notes, these banknotes that belong to these central banks, I'm not paying. I'm promising to pay in the future, and the debt is left for those behind. So your children, your children's children are going to be the ones living in debt, it can't be paid back. The trillions and trillions and trillions of dollars and yens and euros that's been printed, and most of it's just digits on a screen, can never be paid back. So the debt has to be wiped out, and it will be wiped out because everything will crash. But if you let them wrap you back up, then I feel sorry for you, and that will be the CBDC. Once they say, oh, look at this calamity, oh, we never saw it coming, don't worry, download this app, agree to the terms and conditions, it's over for you. They got you by the gahoonies, trust me. And when them decide to squeeze pulp out of your head, you know why. Because you ain't ready to stand up as a man. You're not ready to stand up as a woman and say, you know what, F or no, I'm going to take care of me. I'm going to do what I need to do, and I'm going to become part of a community of men and women that take care of themselves without Big Brother peering in, digging their hands in their pockets and telling you how high you should jump and whether you should take certain procedures because they care about you. Time, folks, it's time.
You just reminded me of something. I remember Dame Dash saying that you want to get to a point where you can tell people to fuck off.
There you go.
And
in the nicest possible way.
In the nicest
you know
possible way. And I get what he's talking about.
Yeah, literally.
He's talking about ownership. He's talking about being the boss of your life.
You are.
Because you are.
You are.
When you tap in.
But you've been made into a slave and made to feel that this is how it's supposed to be. The school, the college, the university, the job, the house, the car. So you can see how your life has been structured in a way that you've just gone along with it because guess what? That's what everybody does, isn't it? Just tell them take we met batty. Do what are we?
Turn you soft, man. You know, we're in a world that is hard not world, man. So you gotta be strong out here, you know what I mean? And we're all pieces of the puzzle. And just play your part, you know? Play your part because what you do has a big impact on life. You know, we're all interconnected, so just play your part, man.
Listen, if you're not dependent on any man or woman or government or whatever to breathe, because you're parasympathetic, I always get it wrong.
Parasympathetic.
Nervous system takes control of all of that. You don't have to think about breathing, blinking, whatever. Movement, it just happens. That's how wonderful you're made. You don't depend on anybody for that. Tell me why you can't stand up on your own 2 feet. You know what I'm saying? Be your own banker. Have your own house. You know what I'm saying? Your land, your food, your community, your schools where you teach your children the truth. Do you get what I'm saying? Tell me why you can't do all of those things. Cut them loose. All it takes is for everybody to get up en masse. And look, 50-60% of the population to just en masse say, you know what? It's done. We ain't going to work. We're not going to send our children into them. It's over for them. That's how fragile the system is. And right back now, they're pushing in a corner. Literally, people are being backed up into a corner. Eventually, they're going to have to let go of the reins because they won't be able to keep those balls up in here juggling anymore. You get what I'm saying?
You know,
one of the ball I got drop.
Don't you remember that famous interview on The Breakfast Club with Dame Dash?
Yes.
And he got ridiculed about 10 years ago.
Yes, I
for
did.
being your own boss.
Oh, yeah.
He got rid of, and he was way ahead of his time. You know?
Way ahead of his time. He knew what was coming.
He had to stand up in his power because he was getting attacked left, right, and centre. And he stood in his power, and guess what? Yeah. He's still doing his thing right now.
They don't want you to be your own boss.
You got to be your own boss out here.
They want you to be a boy.
Yeah, and depend on them.
Exactly. So you might be 40, 50, 60, and if you're working for somebody else, you're a boy. You get what I'm saying? You ain't a man.
And that's what he was saying in the interview. This is why so many people are getting butthurt.
Yeah.
Because he was hurt. He was dealing with the shadows once again of people, realizing that you are.
When
you're under someone's frock tail, like you like to say.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what you are.
You just got to see it for what it is.
You see, once you acknowledge that, what are you going to do? You're going to say, Allah, you got to tell. I'm going to do something about that.
Yeah.
Then you're going to start doing something. You're going to activate. You got what I'm saying? So then you no longer have to be a boy. You can be a man. You know what I'm saying? Turn up in your own power. Be in control of what comes into your household. And nobody's saying, oh, you know what? Yeah, your contract signed here. Get 4 weeks holiday here. And if you're sick, yo, if that's not a control, I don't know what is. Imagine somebody telling you can only have 4 weeks holidays a year. They're 52 weeks and they're rated, you know?
Can I just say something? How do you get people out the lies? By telling them the truth. Think about it.
Yeah.
Otherwise, how can they get out the lie that they're living in?
You can't, exactly.
You get me? Like,
you have to know.
People just got to deal with it. Man.
You have to know that you've been lied to.
Been lied to.
If them lips are moving, they're telling like you lies. Yeah? And you can't know what you don't know. But you know when you start to know and you do know, it's incumbent upon you to do something. And if you choose to do nothing, like many people did 3 years ago, just put their head down, went along to get along, stuck the freaking arm out, guess what? You're not long for this world. You know? You're not long for this world because you're telling the universe that you don't deserve to be here, that you don't want to be here, that you still want to be under somebody's frock tail.
Because as you know, the universe works on energy, vibration, and frequency.
Okay.
So it's reading your frequency set. This is why I keep on saying people can't hide. So when you hide in, the universe is laughing like, we are good. We see you.
Trust me.
We hiding. You can't run away from yourself. It's impossible.
You'll be taken out. You will be taken out, because that's ultimately what's going to happen. If they don't do it, you'll do it yourself. Yeah. Listen, we had five chicks that were hatched last week, before last 2 weeks. 5. There's only 1 left.
What? Last man standing, or woman?
Well, I call the lady crown, because I was the one that discovered the 5 of them. So 1 left.
1 left. Yeah.
That just shows you know what I mean? The strongest and the fittest will survive. So if you're weak and you're dependent and you need somebody else in order for you to eat, somebody else to supply some way for you to sleep, you're screwed. You're 100% screwed, and you're going to go out there and do some things that you probably never even imagined that you'd do in order to survive. That's how bad it's going to get for you. Trust me.
Yeah.
Because you're not prepared mentally, physically, spiritually, financially. We are in a period in time in history that's never ever happened before, and we're all here this day and this time. I think we were purposed to be here for this day and this time. I'm telling you, the transfer of wealth is going to be on a monumental scale after this fiction fiat paper money into the real money that was here when we were seeded on this planet. And I done told you already about the precious metals. You know, silver's still relatively cheap. They keep slamming the prices down. Trust me, when you see $60 silver ounce and 1780, trust me, that's showing you that their paper system is crashing. And that's where you're going to see a world of pain. You might be looking and think, well, I bought some silver, so, you know, I'm all right. But I'm telling you, Jack down the road or next door won't be. They're in paper, and they're going to feel it so much. But that's exactly what's happening. Be a part of that wealth transfer. It's generational wealth. It'll go on for your entire lineage as long as we're upon this planet. But if you're not, I don't know. Andy Shetman said it's less than 4 or 5% of the population have actually invested in precious metal and transferring their pension. Yeah, he said it's that low.
This shows you the condition.
Yeah, people still think the pension schemes that they're involved in, and even the pension company, there's nothing in them pension pots, you know. I'm telling you, the people that are coming in underneath those that are retired are the ones that pay those. You get what I'm saying? So when the people underneath no longer there because everything collapsed, tell me who going to pay them for them pension, never mind you yours. You see what I'm saying? It's not there. It's a Ponzi scheme. The whole system is a Ponzi scheme. Well, send me done, because I have some things for do. Wrap up.
Okay, wrap up. I'll just wrap up on this, yeah? Mm-hmm. When you deal with the shadows of life, everything changes for you. Because now, you transform it into the light. Simple as that. It's beautiful. And yeah, it's a flip, no rehearsal, no script, no acting going on. And yeah, keep working on your mind, body, and soul in order to achieve your goals. Because we're there, with you.
Spiritually, people.
You don't know, bro and sis, stay blessed. STS and Lady Crown, over and out. Peace and blessings.
Have a strong day.
Peace.